sono sempre io, Mate 10. E oggi, dopo tanto tempo che è uscita la 5.6, è il momento di fare la missione con Escoffier. È così, ho trovato Escoffier. E sì, nel primo account, sì, lo so, per una pool che avevo intenzione di fare, ho detto vabbè, tanto Escoffier non uscirà mai. Ed è uscita. Però poco male comunque. Va bene, e come potete anche ben vedere sono con la tastiera. Perché... come dire, il mio joystick, come ben sapete, è un po' rotto perché c'è un tasto che non funziona. Cioè, c'è un tasto che l'ho premuto troppe volte, che è finito sotto. Cioè, non so se avete capito. Allora, il mio joystick è di fianco a me, però ultimamente stava facendo un po' l'impazzito e quindi devo usare la tastiera. E adesso stiamo incontrando Navia.
Get lost, Monica! I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly! Right now, you're a disgrace to
Guarda
my
proprio come
kitchen.
Escoffier questa.
It was an accident.
Povera
I'm sorry,
Monica,
did
non
you hear me
trattarla
asking
così.
for excuses?
No, I'll...
Why is she so aggressive? She won't even listen to...
Wait! Huh? Who do you think you are telling me... wait a sec. Navia? Huh. So, you're bringing backup now. Suit your...
E vabbè, comunque questo che diciamo è
Savannah,
una chef a quanto
is this
pare.
how you always treat your staff?
Savannah.
My staff is right. I'm the one in charge here now.
Of course. How you run your kitchen is none of our...
Overworked?
But Philmont can do the job.
Monica, back inside! Now!
Huh? But you...
Just do as you're told, and not another word out of you! Come on, we have work to do!
Ecco, Savannah, già dalla prima immagine, mi sembra una persona molto antipatica.
Sorry. Looks like I've dragged you into some drama. Her name is Savannah. She's the new head chef at hotel. Ever since she took the job, she's been in... One guy was so overworked.
I'm sorry. It's all my...
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on... Savannah is adamant that Vermont's exhaustion and illness have nothing to do with her. Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant and get a better idea of their working conditions. And that's why I'm here, doing it the old-fashioned way. Camping out, watching, and waiting for an opportunity.
Oh, shoot! It all makes sense now. Sorry, Paimon.
Oh, no, not at all, Paimon. Honestly, the way she was laying into Monica... And besides, I don't really think I'm built for Yeah, meaning it's gonna be all the more difficult to get the...
Paimon will join you.
Guys, it's fine.
Quindi,
You don't need
da
to
quello che
worry
ho
about
capito,
it.
bisogna
A really famous
pedinare
chef just
Savannah.
joined...
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize for the scene you witnessed just now. We shouldn't subject our customers to that.
Perché questa voce non mi è nuova? O forse perché è doppiata da qualcuno. Beh. Leon, forse Leon.
This is a small token from us. It's some candy from Monica. She asked me to make sure it was delivered
Grazie
into
mille,
your
Leon,
hands.
sei molto gentile, al
Monica's the
contrario
one
di Savannah.
apologizing?
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately.
All right.
Sì, comunque
Thank you for
cerco di
understanding.
fare la missione di Escoffier in un video. Quanto potete venire lungo non lo
highly
so.
strung, huh?
Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like...
Well, according to Fermat's family, she hasn't always...
Oh, Paimon totally... Huh? Hold on, there's something written on the
C'è scritto
wrapper.
qualcosa sulla carta della confezione.
Find Escoffier.
Bisogna trovare Escoffier.
Escoffier? Could this mean...
vai al Fleetwood Center, o come cavolo si pronuncia, come cavolo si dice. Il video non so quanto potrebbe durare, però se durerà, durerà. Siamo a Fleetwood Center, dove ci sta anche la spina di Rosula.
Well, for
Che
starters,
sarebbe-
she used to be the head
ecco, vedete
chef at
questo
the
simbolo
Hotel
qua?
de Boer
Questo
before
qui è il
Savannah.
simbolo della spina di Rosula, dove lavora Navia. Cioè Navia, come posso dirlo? Spina di Rosula è tipo contro i malvagi. Infatti lei quando vede, non so, qualche criminale lo acchiappa. Adesso di preciso non so qual è il suo
She
lavoro.
recreated the legendary Gâteau de Boer and restored the restaurant
Gâteau
back to
de
its
Boer.
former glory. Safe to say, she's the most
Gâteau de Boer. That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day, right?
well, apparently, the Hotel de Boer, but none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food.
The Fortress of Mirabede?
Well, your Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fort.
So that's what happened.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel,
Non è qui la chef dell'hotel de
she's
Boer,
still,
però.
so I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Monica wants... It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out, then the solution is just get the old one
No,
back.
perché Escoffier potrebbe anche essere molto peggio di Savannah. Ma anche lei è molto severa, Escoffier.
Well,
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove.
Addirittura sgrida un bambino.
You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom. What do you say, Hilaire?
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
Addirittura chiede scusa.
as
Alla
you
panna
can
ai
see,
funghi.
Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to come out.
Yes, Chef.
Ma sto bambino cos'è? Un cuoco?
Then
Un
go
cameriere?
back
Cos'è?
and do it again.
Yes, Chef.
Dalla voce sembra più un adulto comunque che un bambino.
Excuse us,
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy.
Oh, no, we're not...
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up.
Ah, per che 4 tavole non c'erano prima.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head. Well, in her words, the Hotel
Non
de
ha più
Boer.
bisogno di lei, l'hotel de Boer.
I guess I'll be heading off the...
Wait, take these home with you. We can...
Oh, thank you, Chef.
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and
Firmo. That's the second time we...
He's the chef that fell
È lo
ill
chef
from
che si è ammalato
stress.
per lo stress.
Hilaire is his son. And with mom stuck
Quel,
at home taking
quel
care of
flashback che abbiamo
dad,
visto prima per qualche secondo, lui era...
he decided to pick up
appunto.
some work to help
e
pay the
quindi quel bambino è
bills.
il figlio.
Escoffier knows their
Non ho
situation,
capito.
so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take.
hey, I heard that, Navia. I've told you before. No one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen, and I...
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete.
So you two must be the world-famous traveler and his companion,
Siamo
Paimon.
famosi
Yes?
dappertutto.
Is there...
Oh, so you know us already. We'll skip the introduction then. We're here to talk about Savannah.
Oh, I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern. And I've lost count of the number of... But I don't work for the Hotel de Boer anymore. And being ex-head chef doesn't...
Quindi Escoffier
Besides,
è un
I'm the one who
ex-chef.
persuaded...
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back
Effettivamente l'hotel
then.
de Boer era
A little
molto più...
timid even. She
più
wasn't at
caro,
all
più
confident that she was the
lussuoso,
right
di
fit for the
sicuro
role.
di questo posto in cui ora
That's
comunque.
hard to believe.
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. Anyway, suffice to say that given Fiammar and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all from me.
C'ha glitter? Nelle
I
gambe.
wouldn't be so sure
Nel
about that,
vestito?
Escoffier.
Carino.
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still trusts. Plus, it's not like we're asking you to
Effettivamente-
storm in there and raise hell.
Come
We're
chiara
only in the
Leon,
initial phase of our
c'era tutta sta
investigation.
caramella dove
All
tipo
we're
c'era
trying to
scritto
do
trovate
is get the
Escoffier
other
Oh,
comunque.
Monica. I can't believe her! Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the wrapper. It's thicker than the sole of my shoe. Unbelievable! I won't stand for this. She has.
Wait, so now she's,
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Bene. Ritorna all'hotel di Bord. Sì, ragazzi, se vedete che faccio così piano è perché appunto non sono ben abituato con la tastiera, ecco. Andiamo all'hotel di Bord. E vediamo un po'.
Wait, she looks like...
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Mi dispiace. Come mi dispiace?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
But please.
What the heck?
Get up, Monica! Can't you see that you're just making your customer feel. If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do. Make the dish again. And this time, get it right.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen until I've corrected my mistake.
that's some
Sì,
backwards
comunque
logic.
Savannah
How
è
can you
addirittura
fix a
è
mistake without being
molto più
allowed to
antipatica
cook?
di Escoffier
This is
comunque.
what Verma had to put up with.
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway. I was...
Oh, well,
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way?
I mean, Escoffier was strict. We all knew that it came from a good place. But these days, whenever we make a mistake, and it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier.
Monica, you don't need to call me.
Yeah, but through no fault of your own. That banquet was a huge event, and so many staff were involved.
Lumaline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the Lumitoile. Apparently it's sharp.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering. Unfortunately, however,
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, but you took all the blame. We all know why. And now look at you. A fry chef in the Fleuve Saint.
What are you trying to say? Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no Hotel de Boer, but come on.
Oh, the Fleuve Sandra.
Monica, I'm very happy with my current job. Besides, at the end of the day, I was.
If only Savannah was happy. I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef?
Savannah già mi sta sugli scatti.
No, chef. So, you do remember
Molto più
who's boss.
antipatica di Escoffier comunque.
Escoffier? I thought you...
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like.
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to... You're not the boss here anymore. So stop acting like...
Whoa. Sounds like someone...
My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Blue
Litigio
Lotus as
fra
an
cuoche.
off-brand?
That's not...
Ho ho! I was not expecting to see something this...
Huh? Van Asian?
Venige, chi è?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion? Given that we have ourselves a
Ecco, già con questo
tête-à-tête
accento
between chefs
francese-
at the Hôtel de Bord,
Sto per morire.
The traditional way? That can only mean one...
That's right! I'm talking, of course, about the tradition.
According to legend, the founders of Hotel de Boer, Modeste and Savelli, used this method to resolve all of their disputes. Everything from the cooking contest would decide.
Huh. Sounds like
Ah, well, it might sound that way to us. But in fact, the cooking, and indeed, the reintroduction of this
Ovviamente,
institution
ragazzi,
in recent years
dovevo dire diverso tempo fa,
someone brought it
ma visto
back.
che io sono veloce a leggere, magari se voi volete leggere potete stoppare e non a leggere per continuare.
What say you, Escoffier? Surely you have...
Sure, I reinstated it, but
I see no issue as long as both sides agree to...
Exhibition. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand...
What? The Codex de Boer?
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret
Sì, comunque
recipes,
ragazzi,
including
volevo
the
volevo
greatest treasure
dire
in Fontaine's
prima
culinary
adesso
world. And only the present
che
and former
Escoffier
head chefs
non è
of the
solo il
Hotel de
nome
Boer
del
have the
personaggio,
and
era
former.
anche il nome, in questo caso il
Wait, but that
cognome
already
di un famoso
includes
chef
Savannah,
francese.
What do you want that old thing for?
Don't take me... I want your copy.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know,
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you...
Non vedo l'ora che perderà sta
you may
gara.
remember that we gave her the...
Oh,
Non
I'm
vedo
sure
che
it won't
Savannah
be an
perderà.
issue. And
Perderà
as for the
perderà
contest
malissimo,
itself,
secondo me.
let's make it a
Savannah.
bake-off. Gâteau de Boer, per the recipe in the Codex. Well, Escoffier, you...
you sound All right then, let's see how much you've actually I hope you surprise me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that all you've learned after this long is how to chew people's...
Believe me, I'll...
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea?
Torniamo al Fleud Center. Sì, comunque già siamo a 20 minuti e non abbiamo neanche fatto un quarto comunque della
it'll be
missione.
fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Cendres so I can get prepping.
Quindi, ragazzi, o il video durerà un'ora o lo dividerò in due parti. Però ragazzi, ci sono video che comunque durano anche 5-6 ore. Ci sono dei video che conosco che durano 5-6 ore.
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back.
Holding.
Sì,
Escoffier only
comunque
picked
questo
up
video
on it
magari non
because
lo
she's
guarderà
the same
nessuno,
way.
come quello che ho fatto con
Always
Citrali.
closed off, never letting you
Lo
know
so, è
what she
troppo
really
lungo.
thinks.
Comunque, non so, guardateli un pezzo al giorno. Non so se vi stufate. Non so, guardate 20 minuti al giorno quello di Citrali. O comunque anche questo qui di Escoffier. Non so quanto potrebbe durare. Però è interessante questa cosa, quindi dovrete guardarli. Certo, oppure se avete giocato a Genshin Impact e avete già fatto la missione con Escoffier, non vi interessa niente. Ma se invece, non so, come per esempio con gli eventi a breve termine, non so, non l'avete mai visti, potete andarli a vedere. Però con queste missioni qua potete farle sempre.
That's patently false.
Okay.
Quindi io cerco di farlo in un unico video.
That? Well, back in the day, he and his good friend Zavelli explored far and wide. Partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes.
Appunto,
Their
questi due hanno
creations
inventato
had an
appunto
enormous influence.
sto
For
codice.
instance,
Non ho capito.
legend has it that the original Gâteau de Boer was made using a... So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices. Modeste and Savelli went on to found the original Hotel de Boer, especially Modeste. He was hailed as a
E i due tavoli
once-in-a-generation
quando sono
genius.
arrivato io non c'erano.
Paimon's heard this kind of story before. Armed with the Codex, the Hotel de
Miglior
Boer took
ristorante
its
della
rightful place.
nazione.
What? No, of course not. Cooking is a constantly... Anyway, never mind centuries. Savelli and Modeste part, and that was it. The end of the Hotel de Boer's heyday. It fell into decline. Even then, it still took numerous relocations.
Oh! So the Codex really isn't all that, then. Paimon figured it was
no,
like
il codice
one of those...
veramente
Yes, well, that's fiction, and this is reality. You can't meet the...
Case in point. Even the Gâteau de Boer they saw.
Wait, really?
It did, but like I said, it's the
Non è
dusty old
altro che
book
un
now,
vecchio libro
and the records
polveroso.
aren't. So reimagination is right. As for why we gave it the same name and kept the tradition of only selling
Oh!
Hey now, it might not be the original. Just think, if the original truly was the perfect.
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef,
So could it be a symbolic thing? Like,
Giustamente
whoever
questo
holds the
codice non è
original
niente di
Codex
che
de
perché
Boer is
Savannah
the
lo vuole.
Well, it was clearly precious enough to give to us. Maybe from her point of view.
You think so? The only thing is, it was hers.
What? Huh.
Who knows? We could speculate it means besting her in this bake-off. And then getting her to explain her. However much she's changed since we worked together, I believe that she still.
Well, I'm confident that you and your spatula can get.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de Boer is now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs.
Well, that's easy. The 3 of
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior. But be warned,
E io
I
ragazzi so
will
cucinare
hold you
non
to
solo nel gioco ma
exceptionally
anche nelle
high
italiane.
standards.
Oh, count me in
Sono
too.
brava a cucinare.
I've
Soprattutto
spent
dolci.
weeks even if it means competing against.
Confident. I like it.
Bene, mostra a Escoffier le tue abilità con il coltello. Usa i tacchi normali per tagliare la frutta. Sembra che la raccoglierai per trasformarla in qualche sostanza
I've always
sublime.
called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Fatto già?
Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah,
Ho tagliato tutti i
thankfully it
frutti
was
in
pretty
croce.
straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or...
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward.
Userò la
I'll be
spintrice a
using this
freddo
cold press to
per estrarre i
extract flavor
composti
compounds
aromatici
from the
dagli
ingredients.
ingredienti.
A kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for me. It uses, this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment. So that
Dimostra le tue capacità con la spremitrice. Usa l'abilità elementare per accedere ai processi della spremitura, un po' come il coso di...
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Carmen's never used anything this weird before. Cool. Now, here.
Fatto!
and done. These are the flavor compounds extracted.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated.
Absolutely not. Throwing everything in at once will ruin the balance of flavors. We have to go
Esattamente come
slowly and
faccio io.
carefully to calibrate the
Metti gli
exact flavor
ingredienti
we want.
poco alla volta.
I'll demonstrate again. Now, watch close. Slowly and carefully. Not a drop too much and not a drop too little.
Non ho capito cosa devo fare. Aggiungi gli aromi per ottenere... Ah, devo fare così? No? Non lo so allora. Forse devo arrivare lì a 0, quindi devo fare così? No. Fatto, dovevo arrivare a 0 fra le mele e le rose blu. Cos'erano? Boh.
And voila! Now it's your turn.
Allora ragazzi, io per sbaglio prima ho schiacciato il
Not
pulsante di fine
terrible,
video.
considering this was every but
Quindi
the
adesso
traveler's work
ne
was
sto facendo un
surprisingly
altro.
good.
Ovviamente dopo con
Are
la
you sure you've
l'app
never done
che
this
ho,
before?
con Kid in Live posso
You got almost perfect
unirli.
results on your
Ovviamente
first try.
questo qui è sempre un unico video, quindi adesso non so quanto potrebbe durare il video. Quindi adesso io per esempio c'è scritto 49 secondi, però comunque saremo a mezz'ora comunque.
That goes without saying. Still, credit. Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want
Cucina un
each of you to
piatto
cook something from
dell'attuale
the
menù
Hotel de
dell'Hotel de
Boer's
Bordo.
current menu. That's right. The true test of your cook.
Presenta i piatti dell'Hotel de Bordo.
How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet?
I macaron sono buonissimi. Non li ho mai mangiati, però hanno un aspetto veramente molto bello. Perché non lo sapessi, i macaron
Look
non
at
sono
that!
francesi, ma
With the
sono
grace of a
italiani.
snow-winged goose, as I like to say.
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything.
6 points.
Su.
What? Oh, well,
That's 6 out of 100.
E...
you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina
Aww.
Oh.
Oh, me next. I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons left.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left.
Aw.
6 punti.
Now to the final dish.
So,
This is our
8 points.
Giusto 2 punti in più.
darn. That's barely higher than what we...
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10.
Ah.
Maybe even...
What? How did you pull that off?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this.
Hey, you made that last part.
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square. I guess you'll be...
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe Paimon and Navia should keep practicing.
Chef Escoffier,
Oh, it's Hilaire. What brings you here?
Hilaire.
I heard the news about the cooking contest. You're doing...
And you...
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Ah. L'ex-chef.
Firma. Last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Firmin.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd...
Yeah.
Sì, lui
Don't you
sta
worry. I'll
un
be
po' male
fine.
per lo stress.
The fact is,
Speriamo che ce la
I'm a
farà.
fine chef, despite
Firma, have you even...
I have not...
Riuscire a prendere il coltello?
That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
What do you call this, Firma?
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! Again! Again!
E guardate, Savannah proprio male in persona.
Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then I will...
Dad, talk to me.
Savannah
What
è un
happened?
mostro, altro che Escoffier.
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion,
Monica.
but psychological.
Monica, when did you get...
Probably because you were all But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry. If only...
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea.
She sounds like the worst. All right.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no matter...
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it. In the trash now!
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
Every time
Sì,
you
comunque sembra
remake
che
it...
Savannah sta nascondendo
Either
qualcosa.
straighten yourself out, or
So now, it seems like
Oh, man. That...
the more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Firma? You weren't acquitted and even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes.
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier, and maybe Savannah was right.
Dad.
I see. Well, I will win this contest, and after that...
But What if you can't find another assistant in time?
Effettivamente bisogna trovare
Even if I had to go it alone.
due persone, mi sembra. Perché io sono
Nadia will still
appunto.
keep practicing.
Ci sono io
And so will I.
e poi gli altri non sappiamo
And if
chi
worse
siano.
comes to worse, we can always get.
Actually, I thought maybe I could help.
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then...
Non è che cos'è che ha detto?
Well,
You do this for us?
Forse la
All right,
seconda.
fine by me.
Sì.
But aren't you still working for Savannah?
I know, but it's all right. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I can't keep working for... I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and
Ovviamente
turn
Monica
things
parla di
around.
finire come femminile,
If this
quindi
cooking
diciamo
contest
che
can
si
get
è
Savannah to see the
licenziata.
error of her ways,
Well, Hyman didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person, but there you go.
Great. Then it's settled. And to congratulate.
Spina sponsored?
Well, I promised to travel.
Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
All right, if you insist. Then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives.
Ma infatti ancora non ho capito, sta coda di Escoffier. Non ho capito se è una parte del vestito, perché sembra un po' la parte dell'abito, oppure è tipo una coda che ha lei.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Wait,
That was a dream come
Controlla
true.
come sta
Hyman never
Escoffier.
knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
Bene.
why, Savannah? Oh, nothing. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. That might
Appunto,
explain
Savannah
why
dice che
Savannah
vuole
is
sto
so
codice,
desperate
però,
to get her hands
cioè,
on it.
come ho detto Escoffier prima, è un libro polveroso.
But I can't find anything. It's just some The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes for... Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just we were. At least I always thought we
No,
were.
erano amiche allora,
She was a little
Escoffier e
shy, but
Savannah.
meticulous with everything and every... Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the... well, I mean to an and the idea that she turned out like... I wonder if this is how Modeste felt, back when he was writing the Codex. Yes, with his good friend and co-founder of the Hotel de... The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Bourg
quindi vuol dire
and was
Gâteau de
hailed as a
Bourg.
culinary genius, he was admired and
come
adored by
torta.
all. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks at every turn. Doors that would swing wide open for Modeste, and with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by
quindi
his
non eravamo
celebrity
lui è
friends,
rimasto da solo,
people
è
started
rimasto
gossiping about Savelli,
incompreso.
and their relationship between the two. Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in the prime of his life and still hailed as a genius, suddenly died from an acute illness.
Quindi secondo me comunque è stato ammazzato da Savelli, potrebbe darsi.
And that was it? One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy,
Appunto.
even as the latter was hoping to make amends. Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but
improbabile.
there's no real basis for it. At least there are no records of Savelli. Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut. You're right about that. Just follow my lead.
La vittoria sarà nostra. Volendo ci possiamo fermare qua, ma no, io vorrei farlo tutto. Fantastico. Perfetto. Vai alla ruota del board. E comunque adesso credo che ci sia da fare appunto la gara e poi credo che abbiamo finito. E quanta gente.
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking
Dominio.
Mesdames et
Da
messieurs,
cucinare.
welcome.
Savannah, I brought the original
Cucinare
copy
e
of the
cucinare allo
codex you
stesso
asked
tempo.
for.
Non so se avete capito.
Monica?
Cucinare.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind
Un doppio
format.
cieco.
The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates.
As one of the judges,
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought this.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hôtel de Bord cooking contest commence!
Già so che non devo sbagliare niente. Sì, bisogna fare la stessa cosa di prima.
Monica,
bilancia.
Traveler, even the best chef in the world can't flavor their
Prima
food without
apriare.
prepping the flavoring, right?
Ok.
Alphonse, Gaspar, get to work. Do not disappoint me.
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like an oven on
guarda
full
come
blast,
si muove.
this competition is quickly
Quanto bisogna
heating
fare
up.
esattamente ancora? Vabbè, bilancio sapori. Ah, mi ero dimenticata di questo. Sì, sì, me l'ero dimenticata della sua esistenza. Quindi proviamo un po' adesso. 10, quindi 5 e 5. Fatto. Ok. Bene.
Come on, Escoffier! Come on, traveler!
Grazie Navia. Però non è una cosa già finita perché diceva 1 su 3. C'è il secondo round. Appunto. Prepara il sappiano successivo della torta. Ok. Credo che già possiamo fare qualcosa.
The balance of flavors
Fatto.
is about right. But the quantity is too low.
Ma la qualità è troppo quindi ci vuole qualcosa.
Alphonse, what are you playing at? Not how I taught you to
Prendiamo
do
un po'
it.
di
Stop
questi
pushing around and do it again.
e anche un po' di questi.
Yes, chef!
Scusa Traveler un
Tension
momento.
in the ranks on team.
Allora, siamo a 0, però vediamo un po'. Così e così. Perfetto. La scena viene ripetuta per la seconda volta. Sì, sempre Monica che
So,
fa.
what do you think?
Escoffier è molto fiera comunque. Ma invece Savannah a che punto è? Con la torta sua. Sarà al primo coso. Va bene. Quindi prendiamo 3 di questi. E anche 3 di qui. Ah sì, alla fine non sembra troppo difficile comunque.
Escoffier is
due.
already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check
Quindi
on
qua 8. Quindi 2. No, ho sbagliato. Ok, perfetto. La stessa scena. Perfetto.
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I present to you.
Usa il tripudio elementare
Gâteau
per completare
de Bord.
l'opera. Oh. Bello. Me la mangerei.
I was just exercising caution. I had to make sure everything was perfect.
no, non è andata come dovevo. Sì, effettivamente mi ero perso lì
Time's
mentre
up!
cucinavo.
Contestants, please!
Huh.
We both made the same dish after all. For all her flaws, Savannah's a talented chef.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy. Beautifully sweet.
Perfetta.
I would give this
La
one
faccia tua,
at
Sara.
least 9.9 out of 10.
9,9. Ah,
Only because there's something about the flavor of the base. It's
C'è
just a
qualcosa
little
che non
different
mi
from the
convince.
recipe.
Huh? Really?
Vabbè, 9,9 comunque è un voto
couldn't tell.
bellissimo comunque.
All right, on to gâteau number 2.
Noi dopo
I
questo qui
haven't
era
had
con
a
di Savannah,
single
quello che ho
bite and
mangiato era il
already
nostro.
this.
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be a
How exciting! I think maybe someone got a little carried away.
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too.
It appears the decision is unanimous. This
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't
Ah,
beat
quindi questa qui
Save Her
era la cosa di
Life.
Savannah, solo che ci fosse troppo zucchero.
Something's not right here. Savannah,
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won.
Yeah, ho vinto.
It's Savannah?
No! That's impossible!
No, Savannah secondo me è barato, palesemente.
Hey, Savannah, you cheated, didn't you? You
Appunto.
cheater! What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plates, didn't you?
Eh già.
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from it was Vanagem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to isn't it more likely that a
You take that, bitch.
Judges, we demand a rematch.
that's enough.
No,
What's
forse è
done
Monica
is
che ha girato con lo
done.
zucchero.
As head chef, or rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the Savannah. I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me in a bake-off.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the
Comunque
codex
questo
to
diventava
bore
una
that
gara di
much,
Bake-Off Italia,
you can
comunque.
have it.
Solo che
But
non era
you
in
must
Italia, ma
promise me that you'll...
It's a little late to be negotiating terms.
Look,
Di Bake-Off,
Savannah,
comunque,
you
sembra una
may
puntata
have
di
fooled
Bake-Off
everyone
questa.
else, but can you really... but only on the condition that you...
Fine. So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or is there any...
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss. Just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're even...
I know what I'm doing. I don't need your...
All right, fine. I'm glad.
Quindi ha vinto Savannah.
Escoffier?
The Codex de Boer. Finally. Now, at long last.
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah, the Codex is...
It's all right. It was just a bake-off. Not... Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the codex would solve every...
No. No! This doesn't make any sense!
Cosa?
Huh?
That's it? No secrets. No nothing?
No,
I don't believe it.
non c'è niente.
Can't be happening.
Ed è svenuta.
Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
It's nothing life-threatening.
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be,
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working.
Why?
our best guess is
And
Even so, that's no excuse for taking her anger out on the...
Yeah, and it's definitely no excuse for...
About that, we honestly have no idea.
Leone and Algalia were the ones I tasked with...
not to worry. Come on.
Vai a interrogare la torta. Che senso vai a interrogare la torta?
Well, how is it?
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement.
Is it really that bad? I made sure the taste tested.
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plates. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base, which means someone tampered with it while it was being made.
Potrebbe essere Monica.
Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
Monica.
I'm sorry. I was forced into it. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. And if I wanted retribution, whatever's going on with you, just spill the beans. There's no need to hide it.
I was the one.
Food safety. Wait, you mean the Lumeline incident? So you...
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement that day.
Beh, ma
I
comunque non
didn't
avrà
check
fatto
everything as well
apposta.
as... But I swear I
Beh,
didn't
lei
do it on
comunque ha fatto
purpose.
apposta di sicuro
I
a
had
mettere
no
troppo
idea there
zucchero.
was an issue with them, and I didn't know it would end
Però
up with
ti
Escoffier
perdono.
But the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as
This is crazy. So
Solo perché ti sei
Savannah...
pentita.
I know, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now I'm out. And secondly, I had my own reasons for leaving the hotel, so you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or anything. Oh, well, I'm not saying you don't have. You should tell Vanagem to mark down your performance for the past few months. Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original codex would compel her to...
I have my What happened to me?
I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left. They think our menu doesn't take...
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. But the difference was so small, I'm sure no one would...
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah... So many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Thinking back on it now.
She wants to prove that she can fill a scup, but after countless setbacks, and at some point along the way...
Scouting Escoffier? For what?
Pensava che la copia del codice che le aveva dato Escoffier non fosse uguale all'originale.
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on... Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine.
Oh, for goodness sake.
What? Of course. Then she finally... Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system. It probably brought...
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense. She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after, like...
You'd think so, but geniuses like a...
Vuole tenersi la vera ricetta per sé.
New head chef, you say? What's her name? I don't think I've heard of her before.
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without Escoffier at that?
Quindi Escoffier era la più famosa di Savannah.
This tastes different from last time. Is it
Quindi Savannah si sente un
undercooked or
po'
something?
esclusa. Recupera il codice a qualunque costo.
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then hey, did you hear me? Once I'm gone, the restaurant is all yours.
Sei stato tu a far entrare la Lumelina in cucina?
All this time, I've been blaming other people.
Non ho capito comunque cosa sta Lumelina.
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. Let's give her the day to calm down.
In that case, I'll go and update for Ma and his family.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
Domani?
That was a long day.
Cosa faremo Savannah?
Nice! Macarons? Or are you gonna
Quindi
switch it up
credo
this
che
time?
comunque Savannah abbia barato. usando Monica.
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. There's always one goose at the front whose job is to lead the flock.
In prima linea, nello stormo, c'è sempre una che guida le altre. Infatti Escoffier ha a che fare
often
con
use the image
questo
of that goose to explore the ideas about, but what those poets don't know
di ghiaccio di
is that during the migration, the lead goose shows signs of fatigue. So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come with it, it's something that everyone takes turns at. I guess what I'm saying is, cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients, same recipe, of course, some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and some people are just, I'd have no reason to expect so much from others if I believed that perfection. Okay, I've made up my mind. I'm gonna get to the and come tomorrow, I'll give her the scolding of her life, pointing out all the mistakes.
Bene. Sì, comunque ora c'è giusto l'ultima parte. Attendere il successivo 5, 7. Va bene. Vai al debord e cerca Escoffier. Perfetto.
Why are we here so early? Our meeting with Van isn't for, check on her? Oh no, Escoffier.
Ma?
I'm fine. Just need to get some more coffee. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Quindi ha provato a rifare la torta tutta la notte.
Well, there's cooking facilities here. Or we could just grab a cup of coffee from Cafe Lutece, but either way, hurry!
Prendo in peta con chicchi di caffè.
Coffee. Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through expert brewing and balance.
Bene.
I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up in your sleep when you...
I think I figured out where the problem lies.
Wait, what
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. It's so stupidly small, I can't believe... Yes, except my...
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No, not since yet.
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing. Only to find an empty house with the doors. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch at her home. If she's not here...
Boss, Escoffier, bad news.
Alphonse? You're supposed to be keeping watch at Savannah.
We were, but then, just after you left, we found...
Oh, looks like...
Wait a second. This feels familiar. Of course, from the Codex. They're all places that... Yeah, but... I don't understand.
The Codex de Bord? Then...
Seriously? So now she set her sights on...
Ugh, idiot.
Hold on. There's more. Besides the...
Non la leggo. No.
It was you. It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean...
Retrieve the Codex, so the cooking contest and the cheat...
She's keeping...
Ugh, this is all such a mess. First, we thought that Savannah forced Monica to...
O il contrario.
You're finally here.
Nelle profondità del mare?
Of course. I should have put 2 and 2 together as soon as I read your threat letter. The food safety incident. Even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan, wasn't it, Monica?
Quindi è Monica la vera cattiva, non Savannah. Aveva fatto la buona tutto il tempo. O no? Sbaglio? Sì.
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Va bene,
Of
bisogna
all
andare
the
in
stupid things she's
profondità.
done, this really takes the cake.
Entra nelle rovine
The moment we
sommerse.
find her,
Cioè,
I'm
quindi in
gonna
tutto
curse
questo
the
tempo
living
è stata
daylights out of
Monica.
her.
Dovrebbe essere da qualche parte. Da questa... Ah, di qua. Sì, ovviamente mettiamo... Avvia. Ah, quindi ragazzi non è finita. Quindi è Monica la vera cattiva. A quanto pare. Bello. Sì, le parti di combattimento chiaramente le taglierò. Ma quindi anche quella cosa di ieri, il pianto, era tutto finto.
Whoa! This place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it?
I think Modest's codex mentioned.
Ah, il babbo foca.
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? Aw, they ran off!
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
Well...
Good.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus.
We have to feed the blubber beasts? With what? There's nothing... See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna need them.
There is no time for that. Romaritime flowers and Lumitoile will have to do.
Wait.
Raccogli i fiori del maritime e dell'omituale nei paraggi. A questo punto ragazzi ci vediamo dopo, Perfetto. Oh, bello.
Blubber beasts or not.
Siamo credo che
Trust
siamo
me, they'll love it.
a un'ora di registrazione comunque poco più, o poco
we
meno.
can't afford to wait for them to double back.
1, 2. Sono 2. Cucina Black Ruota. Consegna il cibo. A una blobofoca e poi all'altra.
Hey, be careful! Scare them off too much and they might not come
Dove
back
ufficialmente
yet.
il cibo.
Wow, it's really singing!
Oh, che
It
carina.
must taste better than Paimon thought!
Ne devo rifare un'altra? Ah, va bene. Perfetto, fatto di nuovo. No. Bene. Questo è il piatto delle blobofoche. Quindi adesso ruota. Di qua. Consegna il cibo. Consegna il cibo. E di qua andiamo all'altra blobofoca. Muoviamoci ragazzi che comunque sì, siamo a praticamente un'ora di registrazione. Addentrati più in profondità.
Hey, it's open!
Yeah. C'è anche una casa da prendere. Di qua. Continuiamo. Ragazzi, però sbrighiamoci che veramente manca poco. Poco prima.
Hey, give me your water. Here. I said your water, the one you just drank out. Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but I... Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we... Did you not hear me?
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear, if I'd...
Don't be so You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the way her So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain, that she deliberately hid her secret recipes from you just... First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli. He offered Modeste his friendship, only to murder him out of vanity.
Si è fatto amico di Modeste per poi ucciderlo per vanità.
He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this place. So you see, you're no better than Savelli. If you can't beat him...
I am no Savelli, nor will I ever...
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself if you're vindictive and jealous? You didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking con...
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness. But
Ooh, feisty. But you should...
I somehow doubt that.
What?
Ever since I learned the truth. I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long!
But you drank it too.
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You...
Oh, you're too much.
I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no poison in these...
No.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, you know? You're a lousy chef.
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now...
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You got a good You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me.
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica! We've got you!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for...
You can't! Stay back if you want her alive!
Escoffier and the Traveler. I can't take you both on in combat.
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve?
A recipe! You chefs are all...
Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius, the je ne sais quoi factor in his gâteau de bourg, and it's...
Are you serious? You're here because of a gâteau de...
I couldn't care less about... He and Savelli were fools. A priceless treasure of Remoria in the palms of... We're talking about a powerful stimulant. That's right. I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine.
Will you listen to yourself?
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands...
Wait, what's this?
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Uh-oh, Savannah's going too!
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's only taken her hostage.
That's true. Even if she finds the...
Oh, well, our path's been
Ragazzi,
blocked,
credo che sia il video più lungo che abbiamo mai fatto.
Let's look for another route.
Devo andare per avanzare. Le vicinanze.
The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere.
dobbiamo andare qua sotto a sto punto. Sì. Allora, ricordo che io non sono molto abituato e quindi non so come funzionano ste robe. Abbiamo anche dei nemici. Vabbè, li lasciamo perdere, non sono importanti. E... Ci vediamo dopo. Ragazzi, ci ho messo tipo un quarto d'ora. Devo fare un'altra cosa sempre con le blabbofoche. Ed adesso siamo arrivati qua.
Strange. These don't look Romorian to me. More like last century
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back.
Trust our adventurer's instincts. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's definitely a pro. Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging.
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. This place probably hasn't sadly, the treasure of Remoria. That's our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale. He was praised as a genius, while Modeste tried his best to console me. But I knew our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. I told myself that maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, unfortunately, that day will never come.
So it was Savelli. From the sounds of it.
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true...
In that case, what does that say about the death of
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the... But as he baked and taste-tested, it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In hindsight, it made perfect sense. After all, why would over the course of his many culinary experiments, the finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again? Finally, in despair, and because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him. Yet despite everything,
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something.
So, Modeste chose to end his own life also. Neither the Codex nor any other contemporary...
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison. I cannot let that. I will do what I must to protect his name. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his I would rather the world believe a tale of genius. The final loose end is the evidence here. At the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong? Didn't we say Savannah?
So we thought. But if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure, there's...
Quindi bisogna continuare. Siamo arrivati in un altro posto. Che è praticamente dietro la stanza di...
The treasure of Remoria. I have found you at last. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of... But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the Codex, but now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria is...
Ai.
It's empty.
È vuoto.
It's empty?
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier?
Savelli's final act. He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure, so he came here after his friend's death.
This can't be happening. All the years I spent piecing together the truth. All my painstaking planning. All that.
Monica, don't do anything stupid. This ruin is more dangerous.
Oh, shut your pie hole!
Praise be to Lord Remus. You...
Ho capito, ci vediamo dopo. Fatto. Ah, c'è una caccella. No.
Why is this place still shaking? Either way, it's all enough chit-chat. Let's get out of here.
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no, you don't. If I can't get what I want, neither will any of you. I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're a psycho.
Oh, Savannah, grazie.
When did you wake up?
I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Ah, ma quindi è viva? Bene. Dopo che ho visto la storia Savannah già mi sta più simpatica. Quindi era Monica che manipolava Savannah. A quanto pare Monica... Addio. Va bene. Ragazzi, questo sta durando veramente un'ora e mezzo. Quant'è che sta durando questo video?
Escoffier! Savannah!
Venejem!
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the restaurant and sit on a...
We had to do something.
I don't deserve any of you. It was my fault Escoffier had to leave. Then I couldn't come back, Escoffier. Come and be our head.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and...
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time.
Forget it. It doesn't matter. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things over our...
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier.
Our customers know that Escoffier... At the end of the day, we're all human, and we...
No, I get...
Well, about that...
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Firmal, I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you. And the way I stubbornly refused to go in... But... I'm too late, aren't I?
Actually, I think I'm going...
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, and as it turns out...
No way!
It can. High doses, a small dose, might simply make a person more...
No wonder.
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks are... Well, that's what happened.
There's... more.
You mean... she poisoned me too?
Oh, so that's why Savannah's been...
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumiline. That stuff, so you better make sure you reflect on your...
I will. I'm sorry. There's still one question that's really bugging me. Is it just...
It's because the heating element in your oven...
What?
Non ho capito.
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. There was a half-degree... All the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time, but by this, I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off, since the issue...
No, I spent so long trying to find... It all comes back to one simple...
Oh, cut it out! Stop. Do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg? 3 years! 3 whole years! I know this dish, and you've been head chef now for what, 6 months? If that? A couple hundred failed attempts. You clearly have no idea how many kitchen failures I've had. Genius or not, you're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your mistakes. Surely you haven't forgotten all that. You were no...
I have...
That's our... Haha! Sounds like we won't need another check.
Vabbè, quel che è bene
So you
che
got your
finisce
mojo
bene.
back now?
Yeah. Thanks.
Aw, friends again. So nice to...
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
But that was mostly Monica's fault.
Right. And also...
No excuses. So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is happening today.
Hey, so,
Stavolta però
Second cooking
è una
contest
caccia.
commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
Perfetto. Stavolta anche se vince la Savanna è stata brava comunque. Quando vado questa caccia non mi viene fame.
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
Bene. Quindi come sarà? Buono? O no?
The results are in! A landslide victory for...
Quite rightly, too.
Quindi hai vinto Escoffier.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
Now, where were we? Yes. Do you have any more questions? I thought Navia would have filled you in. I had two reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course, but the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point where it didn't need me anymore. So I decided to step down and look.
Improve how?
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Niue, and in her, I saw so many new possibilities. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, lizard tails, there's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored. Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest just now.
What? Paimon didn't...
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the rest, and the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the...
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore.
Don't worry, it's not gonna be a free-for-all. In the meantime, take this. It's a recipe for Petit Gâteau de Boer, revised version. I tweaked it.
All right!
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanish M that I'll come back
You know, surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in. She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary. Then...
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writing, the so-called Treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remoria...
Huh? So then...
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine. And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been some, even if Savelli hadn't destroyed it all.
So after all that, there was still strange to say about Paimon almost...
Hey!
Huh?
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Rumoria. Experts say it has immense
Wait! Isn't that the jar they used?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or...
Ragazzi, abbiamo finito. Abbiamo ottenuto anche delle ricompense, il che significa che possiamo far alzare di livello Escoffier. Fino al 60, credo. Vabbè, è arrivata a 42. Ragazzi, io mi fermerei qua, perché anche questo video è durato tantissimo. È durato anche più di della missione considerali. È durato ben 1 ora e 23-24. Io mi fermerei qua. Grazie per riguardate il video fino alla fine. Magari lo vedrete in pezzetti, credo l'avrete visto. Lo so, è stato molto lungo e io non ho altro da dire. Ciao!